What's going on, peoples? TGI Fridays. Y'all know what it is. Let me get the groups in here. Make sure everybody gets, to participate and enjoy the show like everybody else. Brian Breezy in the building. God bless you, family. Keep doing what you doing. Keep repping, man. My man Da Uzi in the building. Da Uzi, worked to my mother, man. I was listening to that 300, man. I swear to God, it's ironic you tuning in today, bro. The part that goes, "Ow," I was like, "Dao." That's word to everything I love, dog. God works in a mysterious way. God bless you, family. X-Man in the building. My man Suge in the building. You know what it is. Suge Knight always tapping in right before he go to work in the club scene. Much appreciated. Felix Jacino, my brother, man. Let me know if you guys can hear me, man. Yeah, let me know if you guys can hear me. I'm back in the PJs, man. Every time you see the brownstones behind me, I'm back in the PJs, man. And when you see the sports shit, I'm in the sports book, man. That's what it is. Let me know if you guys can hear me clearly, man. Then I'll turn the mic around if y'all having trouble, man. Okay, X-Man, just answer my question, man. Yeah, Breezy, man. Everything Philadelphia I see, man. I hope you still a Knicks fan, though. Don't give up on the Knicks, though, baby. They haven't won a chip since I was born, and I hope they win one before I die. They lost twice, man. Can't have that no more. We got my man MG Raider slowly creeping up in the building, baby. Yeah, you know I got to give the shout-outs to everybody before we start the message of the day, and then we start this lovely show. TGI Fridays. Hope everybody's enjoying their Friday. It's going to be rough, man. We in November going to December. People got to stack their paper. It's a kind of depression. And then you got Christmas. You got the kids. So everybody holding on tight to their paper, man. Which is understandable, man. But like I said, man, TGI Friday, no drinking and driving, man. Whatever you do, y'all going to think of me. If y'all drink and drive and y'all get fucking busted and lose your whole shit. Lose your license. Go do 18 months. God forbid you run a motherfucker over. Zero tolerance. No drinking and driving. I'm the one to put that in your head so y'all never do that shit. It ain't even worth going to the store to get chicken wings drunk, bro. Don't fuck with it. Spend the $18 on Uber. Let them rob you, but at least you going home safe. Real talk, man. All right, so let's start the message of the day now that we got the peoples in the building. I like to talk shit in the beginning, introduce everybody who's tapping in. My sister Daisy, your little brother always loves you. Thank you for tuning in, mama. Okay, this is the message of the day, guys. It's a beautiful thing, making your money and grinding all day. I get it. Everybody got to grind. Everybody trying to make that money. I get it. But you got to balance out your shit. If you just making money, God forbid you accidentally die or, anything happen, it's almost like you made your money for other people to waste it. JK in the building, I see you. Now, if you got, let's say you got a bunch of kids and all you do is work and make money and you happen to die, your kids are straight. I get it. And that kind of makes sense. You did it for your kids. But if you making money, bro, and you go and your cousins, your uncles, and your aunts and your little nieces are all wasting your money and you didn't have fun, you just fucked up, dog. You just made money for other people to live their life. So create a balance is what I'm trying to say. If you're really making that money. Now, if you're struggling just paying bills, I get it. You got to pay your bills. But if you know you on top and you crushing, make sure you find time to have a little bit of fun, because if not, you're going to be making money for other people to have fun with the money you fucking broke your back for. Let's start the show, baby. Give me a minute, guys. I don't know what happened. Give me a minute. Here we go. I was like, what the fuck happened, man? I gotta play a track for y'all. That's what I do, man. I play a track so I can get revved up, get amped up, and then I can start this show, man. Al Yo Sports, the raw truth, man. Y'all already know what it is, man. This joint right here is proper, man. Just want y'all to listen to this. I'm not even gonna say nothing. Sometimes you ain't gotta say nothing to make your point, if you know what I'm talking about. Major salute, man. And talking about salute, for everybody that served, you know what I'm saying, especially the peoples I know. God bless everybody that made this world a safer place, man. This goes to everybody who served, man. Salute from the Al York Sports Show, man. Let's start this show, man. Shout out to the East Coast, West Coast, Midwest, New York City, LES to the death. Nueva York, Nueva York. Shout out to M Studios. My man Sam the Man, my man Price Tag Entertainment and Media. Shout out to Mech One Beats, Saku Breakers, everybody, man. And shout out to Open Sessions and Giveaways. And like I always tell y'all, the more, the merrier. Shout out to my man Raul, who just tapped in too, by the way. All right, let's start this show, guys. And also, too, go to YouTube, like shit, you know, subscribe. Do everything you got to do with the YouTube shit. Just keep it occupied. Much appreciated. Shout out to Joey Rodriguez. Damn, we haven't seen him in years. Shout out, homie. Yeah, basically, there's big rumors. And I kind of like these rumors about Manny Pacquiao, Pacman, fighting Tank Davis. Now, a lot of y'all going to be like, oh, Pacman's crazy. He going to go in the ring. He going to get murdered. Tank is that dude right now. Y'all seem to realize that Pac been getting real healthy. Now, he is old. I get it. He's in his 40s. If he reached 40 yet. 38, 40, 42. I don't have his age in front of me. But yes, he's the older boxer by far. If anybody could pull a fight like this off, I'll put my money on Pacman to pull this fight off. But this is how I will instruct this fight. You don't just get in shape and go fight Tank Davis. That's not how it works. Get a couple of spar fights. Maurice in the building, I see you. You know, spar with a couple of motherfuckers. Make sure you feeling yourself in the ring. Make sure you know you qualify to fight again. You know your body. Your body won't lie to you. So if Manny Pacquiao had a couple of spar fights, and he's like, yo, I really could do this shit again, then you jump in the ring with Tank Davis. But you don't jump in the ring with Tank Davis off GP. Because Tank will knock you the fuck out if you go in there and you're not prepared. I'm Manny Pacman. You want to get this money. You want to get this bag. And I know your bag is hurt. And that's why you've been talking about this. And if anybody could pull this kind of thing off, would be Pacman. But get some fucking spars. Get a couple niggas, or, you know, some light fights. Get that under your belt. Get your breathing back. Get everything back. Then you jump in with the champ, because Tank Davis ain't no anybody. You're not saying you just jumping in the ring with anybody. You jumping with the champion, my nigga. So I could see this happening, but he better have some exhibition fights before fighting Tank Davis. Other news. Dallas Cowboys. Rich get richer. Signed Martavis Bryant. Been out the league since 2018. Was supposed to be a stud. Was a stud for a little while with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Then ran into life problems. Back in the league, they got him on the practice squad right now. And if he can do anything, he's going to help out that receiving core with Gallup and CeeDee Lamb that already deep. You add Bryant to that mess. As long as Bryant can catch passes, stay healthy, he can be the third receiver on the Dallas Cowboys. 145 career receptions, 2,183 yards, 17 touchdowns, 15.1 average. Martavis Bryant, like I said, he was a stud in Pittsburgh for a year or two. Got traded to the Raiders. I don't know what the fuck happened to him. Other news. The Los Angeles Angels did something really smart. They hired a real veteran in Ron Washington, a brother manager. Last manager in 2014, 664, 6-11 career record. But what I like about Ron, as long as you keep the pieces around him, you got to keep the Trouts, everybody around him. I think he could get these guys to play up to their potential, unlike all those prior managers they had. I wasn't feeling the prior managers. But if Ron Washington goes over there and Trout gets traded or Tony signs elsewhere, then you giving a brother bullshit to work with. You gave everybody else the house, a brother come in, you're going to give him bullshit. Stack up the team like you did the last couple years and let Ron Washington get a fair shake. Other news. Cleveland Indians made a move. What's his name again? Damn, I can't remember his name. Damn, I lost his name. But he just recently retired for the Indians. He used to play also with the Indians, with the Red Sox. Coached the Red Sox also. Damn, I can't get his name. It's on the tip of my tongue. But anyway, they just signed Stephen Vogt, who's a catcher. They said he's a smart catcher, and he knows his shit. Everybody spoke high on his IQ, Stephen Vogt, as a player. So they thinking that he's ready to play the manager role with Cleveland. This might be a good fit. This might not. But a lot of MLB teams are not going with the younger guy. So even though I like the old school cat, you see it was Bochy and Dusty Baker in there that went to the chip. So that's how I kind of like the managers to be older. But these days, everybody's going young, especially football. And like I said, no managerial experience, knows the game, and a lot of people like him. And he's just a baseball knowledge guy. Good luck to Stephen Vogt and the Cleveland Indians. Other news. This was surprising. David Ross, I thought, was made to be a Chicago Cub. They loved him in Chicago. He won a chip there in his last year. Chicago's big on David Ross. But they had to make a decision. Are we going to ride with the guy we love and like? Or are we going to get the better manager who's right now available, which is Craig Counsell, who managed the Milwaukee Brewers for a lot of years, went to a lot of playoff appearances, and knows his X and O's better than David Ross. This was a tough move for the Cubs. They either fuck with love or fuck with the better manager, and they went the better manager. Let's see how this pans out. Other news. Kyler Murray back in the NFL. He was injured for a while with the Arizona Cardinals. A lot of y'all might say, fuck Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray, he's one of those guys, when the team is bad, he's always injured, and when the team is good, he's always available. So I don't really like cats like that. I like cats that play whether you playing bad or you playing good. Kind of like Devontae Adams right now. When they were playing bad, he didn't fake no injuries. He balled out. Yeah, he spoke his mind, but he balled out. Kyler would have sat down and said his ankle was hurting once they would have started losing. And that's why a lot of people doubt this guy. But I call him Baby Feet. When Baby Feet's on, I seen him beat the Niners by himself late in a couple of games. I mean, Kyler Murray, in the right situation, can ball. And I felt Minnesota should have made a move for him. But something where Arizona covered the majority of the contract, maybe 1 year, and then trade him next year when Cousins is ready. Because if Kyler balls out, if he would have balled out in Minnesota, some team's going to pick him up in that contract. But if he don't ball out, then they probably would have been stuck with him. But hopefully, hope the best for Kyler Murray. Hopefully he's right and he gets Arizona going. And last but not least, the Los Angeles Rams, after releasing Brett Rippon, man, they did him dirty. They got rid of him like an empty bag of chips. Like he had one bad game, and they got rid of him. And they re-signed Carson Wentz. They got Wentz back in football now. Wentz that started out with the Philadelphia Eagles. I don't know what you're getting out of him, but I guess he's going to hold a fourth down to Matthew Stafford get back. Let's see what happens. X, where you at? Let's get this going nice and early. We got a lot of topics. People are tuned in. Let's get this shit going, man. Okay, X is tapped in. Yo, X, what up?
What's up, brother? What's going on?
Let me get the plugs. I hear you very little. And I got my shit on sky high, so you know what that means. Give me a minute.
I got
Dirt
you,
shit,
brother.
y'all. We got people in the. Let's rock right away. People's mindset. They can't wait too long. So let's get this popping real quick, brother. I hear you clearly. Let's go right to Soldier Field yesterday. Unfortunately, I got to cover the Mud Bowl, which was at Soldier Field yesterday between the Chicago Bears and the Carolina Panthers. Bears end up winning the game 16-13. Panthers were up at the half 10-9. What do you get out this game here? I mean, I was really interested to see Bryce Young, to see if he could turn the corner. Unfortunately, the kids just look scared out there, X. Ain't no other way to put it. He looks scared out there, bro. And you can't win like that. So if you scared, then that Dalton quarterback then. Because every time they put pressure on him, he throwing that shit away. Like he
Yeah.
throw it anywhere, intentional grounding, whatever.
I
And I
mean,
understand they hit hard in the NFL. I get that. But listen, if you ain't ready, let another motherfucker do the job. Talk to me.
that was a shit show of a game anyway. It's terrible. Wouldn't you be scared playing behind that offensive line that he's been sacked almost 30 times this year already? He's running for his life every play. I'd be scared too. Shit.
Well, they
He got
protected him pretty well yesterday.
He's got no offensive weapons.
No,
He's got no running game.
They
He's
protected
got
him
no
pretty well.
receivers. So, I mean, listen, it's going to take time. I still think he can be a serviceable quarterback. You put an offensive line in front of him. Get him some weapons, man. Get him some receivers. Get him a running game. Get him a tight end. Get him something to build his confidence. You gave away DJ Moore for nothing. You let your running game go. You traded Christian McCaffrey last year. You know this is a rebuilding team. Your offensive line stinks. Yeah, they blocked them good last night, but let's be honest. This is the Bears.
Overall, he's been getting sacked.
These are the Bears you're going against. A Bears defense that's terrible also. So something had to give. But I'd be scared too. I mean, yeah, you're right. He does look scared. He looks like as soon as he gets that ball, he wants to run because he doesn't want to get hit.
Dog, he got happy feet. That's called happy feet.
Yeah, of course.
Soon as he get the ball, he dancing. You can't succeed like that, my nigga.
Yeah. No, you're right.
You understand what I'm saying? So my thing is this. Listen, let Big Red out there. Big Red is a veteran quarterback. I know he ain't all that, but he's a tough guy. Everybody know Andy Dalton is tough. He got beat up in Cincinnati with no line and was eating it. I seen it myself. Nobody can tell me different.
He got beat up in Dallas a few years ago when Dak went down with that leg injury.
Exactly. So what I'm saying is let him play. I know you got to see the young guy get it, but you can't be out there with happy feet. And I don't really want to talk too much about this game because, like you said, there's really nothing to talk about. You got a 2-7, really 1-7, but I got to run through it, unfortunately. Let's go to better news real quick. Let's jump into the NBA, bro. I haven't took it to the NBA with you. It's not really much to talk about. It's a small sample. Yeah. But from the small sample that you're able to look at and I'm able to look at on my TVs, if you had to give me an X-Man top 5 right now, who would be your top 5 starting from 5 down? And this one, I'm not going to flip-flop with you because I know we're going to have different. Yeah. Because this is NBA. NFL is different. NFL, we like right there, but NBA is different. Who's your top 5 right now, X, if you had to name them right now?
Right now, at number 5, I would put, the teams have been a little inconsistent right now, except for 2 teams I think that are playing great right now.
Like I said, it's a small sample.
Yeah, it's a small sample size.
I'm not even going by record. I'm going by the team that I see that I know is going to get it together.
Yeah. At number 5, I think once Draymond comes back, I think Golden State is still a top 5 team up there.
Okay, I agree.
At number 4, I'm going to put the Boston Celtics. They started off hot, lost 2 straight, but I think they're going to get it together once with Jrue Holiday and them get used to that offense. Kristaps Porzingis. Number 3, I'm going to put the Lakers there. Even though they got wiped out the other day, I still think they can put it together with LeBron. AD comes back from injury. I still think they're a top team in the West.
I'm surprised you said that, but go ahead.
At number 2, I'm going to go with the Milwaukee Bucks. I think Dame and Giannis are starting to gel early in the season, and that's bad news later on in the season if that's the case.
Right.
And at number 1, even though Jamal Murray's not going to be there for the month, I'm still putting the Nuggets at number 1. They're the defending champions. They look like they haven't lost a step. Looks like they got better, actually, from last year. Right. So I still think the Nuggets are the top team in the NBA.
Okay, that's your 5. Let me shoot you my 5. I'm going to start 5 down. This team got like one of the best records, but like I said, I don't go by the record. Yeah. I go by the dudes I see and what I think is going to come about. So I'm going to put the 76ers at 5. Okay. And be doing his thing. Might win an MVP. He's going to have to play MVP ball. Yeah. And they got a lot of veterans around them. They got Nick Batum, Morris, Covington. and then you got young Maxey and Tobias Harris, but you don't know what you getting. That's why I got them 5. I don't think they strong enough to win it, but I think they could compete. Yes, they can.
And that's the reason why I kept them out my top 5. I still want to see how Tyrese Maxey and these guys go later on in the season.
Right. And they have to make a trade.
Yeah, they have.
They're going to have to make a trade. I don't know what they're going to trade. Maybe they trade the picks for a player, but you got to get Tobias Harris. You cannot count on your number 3.
No, you cannot. No.
That's why they got to make a trade. Okay, my 4th best team. I know my man MG Rader's going to be upset with this, but I got the Warriors at 4. I still think the Warriors are a player away. They could win with this squad. Don't get me wrong.
They can.
But I think if they get another solid player, would enhance their chances. But I never sleep on Golden State. Let me make that clear.
No, I'm not
they
sleeping
still
on
champions to me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're a dynasty. They got the same team. Clay's balling, had a game winner the other day. Draymond starting to come within himself. You know, and Steph. What else can you say about Steph Curry, man?
You can't.
Guy gets fucking better every year.
What else are you gonna say about him? I mean, really? What else can he do?
He's going down as one of the best point guards ever.
Oh, definitely.
And that's hard for me to say, because I'm a diehard Isaiah Thomas Detroit Piston fan, and not Detroit Piston fan. There are Thomas who played with the Detroit Pistons, and Magic Johnson who played with the Lakers.
You know how I feel about that topic, and you know how Magic number 1 all time.
You want to say best shooter? Best shooter, I'm with that. But to say
definitely
best point guard, now we have an argument.
Not over Magic.
That's what I'm saying. Number 3, I got to put the Milwaukee Bucks.
Okay.
Even though people think they improved by getting D dollars, I don't think they improved. They just improved that they could score more points. But what is that doing on the defensive end, X? Dame Dollars, I never heard Dame Dollars to be a stopper on defense.
I agree. Yeah, you're right. You're right about that.
You understand what I'm saying? And when you lose Drew Holiday is so underrated. When he went to Milwaukee, I said they were going to win a chip.
Definitely.
I got to find the video. I mean, I got to go back years to find that one. But I remember saying it clearly. They're going to win a chip with Drew Holiday. Because Holiday could score enough.
They're going to miss him.
You know, he's a tall point guard. He's not a little point guard. And he moves his feet like no other.
They're going to miss that.
Yeah.
They're going to miss
that guy moves his feet. You could put him on Steph. You could put him on Clay when it came to it. I mean, this guy could ball, and Lillard can only score like them guys, but cannot defend. That's why I got them at number 3. Okay. Number 2, I got to go with the Celtics. I love the pickup of Porzingis and Drew Holiday that I just spoke about. Holiday is better than Marcus Smart. Now, I don't like that people shitting on Marcus Smart.
No, I like
a lot
Marcus
of people
Smart.
Shitting on him. Let me tell you something. He was a diehard Boston guy while he was there.
Yeah, he was.
You know, he played with Oklahoma State Cowboys, always played the same way, tough-nosed player. He's just got a body that's mixed between a 2 and a 1. He don't even know what he is. He's such a tweener, X, that he don't even know what he is. But I know one thing he is. He's a tough-nosed player, and when the Memphis Grizzlies, when they get Morant back, you're going to see the role that Marcus Smart's going to play.
Definitely, yeah. Listen, Marcus Smart's a good player. You know, like you say, he's a tweener, so you don't know if he's a point guard, shooting guard. But, damn, he's a hard-nosed defensive player. He gets up in you, brother. He makes you earn every point.
That dude is far from a sucker, too.
No, he ain't no punk.
Yeah, he put his nose with anybody. And people might go, what that got to do with basketball? Well, that got a lot to do.
It does.
When you got a big game and everybody's in each other's face. You know, he gave Boston the heart they didn't have.
Exactly. Yep, you're right.
Boston is soft. Let's keep it 100. Boston is soft.
They are. No, Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum are not the toughest guys.
Yeah, they soft. Marcus Smart gave them dudes hard. Yeah.
Once you get
and Williams, another guy they let go. Another guy that's kind of tough.
Robert Williams.
But Drew will bring toughness to them. But Drew is not the guy to mouth off. Okay, let me go to my last team. Of course, the champions, the Denver Nuggets.
Yeah.
Salute to the Denver Nuggets. The way they playing right now, barring no injury, get Murray back, like you said, I could see these guys winning another chip in the next couple of years.
I do too.
Shout out to my niece, Nikia Johnson. I see you, baby. But if Murray, you know Murray, they said they don't need to rush Murray back. Let him get 100%. And when it's time to put your kicks on and ball out, Murray would be ready like he was all playoff last year.
Yeah.
And they dominated.
Well, I think with that is they brought most of that team back that won the championship. So a lot of those guys that are coming off the bench got so much experience. You're right. They don't need to rush Murray back. Take his time coming back. Put him in the lineup when he's ready.
People sleep on Reggie Jackson. And I'm not talking about number 44 for the New York Yankees. Reggie, I always liked Reggie Jackson and his
he's always been hard-nosed. Yeah,
he's always got ashy lips. But the guy be balling, man.
No, you're right. He does. Yeah,
the guy be balling. He's a perfect backup, fill-in kind of b-ball player. And he's been on some good teams, and he has experience.
And
so I love – now, they're losing Brown. Brown was a big loss going to Indiana. But you don't lose that much with Reggie, bro.
You don't. Listen, it's a good thing, too, because now it shows what Michael Porter and Aaron Gordon, they can step up their games now with Murray's absence.
Facts. And listen, they number one. We know they're number one. Let's move on. We're going to go to baseball.
Okay, let's go.
Free agents. We got 4 minutes because I know X-Man want to get in. I mean, X-Man, Mark, MGR want to get in. And we got to get him in. He said, I don't want you to rush me. I'm going to name you a name. I'm not even going to answer, so we could go quick.
Okay.
Tell me where the best landing for this player. Matter of fact, I'm lying. I might answer too. Shohei Ohtani, does he stay with the Angels or he gets signed by somebody else, X?
He's gone. I don't think he wants to go back to the Angels. They haven't proven to him they want to win. I see him going to the Giants. I think the Giants made a big play for Correa last year, and I see them making another big push for Shohei Ohtani. So I think he goes to the Giants. They're ready to win. They got a good lineup, good pitching. I think that's where he goes.
I'm agreeing with you because they can give him the most money.
Yeah.
And he wants to stay West, he said.
Yes, he does.
So I agree with you on that. Now, I was thinking Dodgers, but I don't think Dodgers can match the bag that Frisco can give out.
I think they could, but I don't think they're going to make a strong push.
Because they just signed Muncy. You know, there's a lot of players they got to re-sign X unless they go and not re-sign players and bring him in. Then you're right. But if they re-sign other guys, they just re-signed Muncy. Not for much, but I think they gave him something like 20 M's a year, 24 M's a year.
And they're still paying Mookie Betts a big money.
That's what I'm saying. Frisco ain't really got nobody on the clock, dog.
Yeah.
They could give Shohei damn near 500 M's.
I definitely think that's the best fit for him.
Okay, let's move on
that lineup.
Cody Bellinger.
Cody Bellinger? I think this is a move. The Yankees can't fuck this up, man. I mean, I gave you my opinion on that last week, but I think Bellinger really wants to be a Yankee. I don't see the Cubs paying him that kind of money, and I don't see the Giants, if they're going to get Shohei Ohtani, giving him the kind of money he wants. I think the Yankees get him. He can play the outfield, first base, DH. I think Bellinger's a Yankee.
Okay, salute to my little sister. I love you, baby. Cody Bellinger. Now, if the Yankees don't get Juan Soto, as me and you talked about last week, but I don't know if it was last week, the week before.
Yeah.
You have to go get Cody.
Yeah.
But what I'm hearing, I was reading up on Twitter, he wants to reunite with the Dodgers. I guess he feels like he failed them in the last year, and now he got his stick back. He did something with his feet work where now he's hitting like the MVP, Cody Bellinger.
I mean, he can still play a good defense in the outfield, so, you know.
Yeah, so he's liking the Dodgers, but if I'm the Yankees, they don't get Juan Soto. They got to get Cody Bellinger, and I know Brian Ford agrees with me.
And
Brian Ford just tapped in.
The Yankees need a center fielder.
Okay, let's hurry up. I got 2 more names, and then we got to be out. Aaron Nola, Phillies.
I think he stays with the Phillies. I think they're going to give him what he wants. He had a good postseason. I don't see him going anywhere. I think he stays in Philly.
I think they don't want to give him the money he's asking for. I think he wants 140 M's for like 4 or 5 years. I don't think they want to give him that. I think Nola's gone. Blake Snell, Padres. He's definitely not staying.
Well, though they can't pay him. They paid all this money the last few years to all these guys to come in. I think Blake Snell's a perfect fit for the Yankees, right behind Garrett Cole.
I love how you keep mentioning my Yankee, but you talk shit all day about them.
Yeah, I know, but I think he's a perfect fit for the Yankees. Right behind Garrett Cole, 1-2 punch. They got the money to give it to him, so I don't see why they shouldn't go after him. They need another starter behind Garrett Cole. You can't depend on Frankie Montas. You can't depend on Carlos. Those guys are injury prone. Nestor Cortez was hurt last year.
I don't
Cortez
think they
can
are.
come in as the number 3.
I don't think they are because Rondon is a horse. He got hurt last year, yes, but I follow his career. Probably got hurt like one time before that. He's normally a horse. They expect Rondon to come back. Now, if you could get Blake for something not too much, fine. Okay, last but not least, and I got to get my man MG Raid in the building.
Okay.
Damn, it's like 4 names I want to give, but I can only give you on.
Well, I wanted to ask you one question, and he's not a free agent, but he becomes a free agent next season. Milwaukee's not going to pay him the money that he wants. Who do you think Corbin Burns should be traded to before his walk year next year?
Now I would say the Yankees.
I was going to say the same thing. Them or the Mets.
Yankees.
I would say him or the Mets.
Yeah.
Because
I think the Yankees got a better chance to make it.
He's
than
a
the Mets
former
right
Cy
now.
Young winner, and I think he was injured this year but still pitched good. And I think next year with his walk year, he's going to be great. I think the Mets or the Yankees should make a push for him and sign him long term.
ASAP. Last but not least, I got to get MG Raid in the building. Jordan Montgomery.
Jordan Montgomery, I think he re-ups with the Rangers. I think they saw what they liked in him this year, how he was in the playoffs. I think he re-ups and stays with the Rangers.
Got to agree with you on that, X. I got to agree with you with that. All right, X, great work as always.
Thank you, my brother.
Hopefully we'll see you next week. We got to see what's going on for next week. Good work as always. Tap out, my brother. Enjoy your weekend. No drinking and driving, brother.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you for having me on.
X-Man in the building. JETS got a big game this week, but we'll talk next week about it. Okay, let me get my man MG Raid in the building, who's silently waiting. Can't wait to get on and give y'all some work, man.
Well, I'm not.
There he goes.
I'm not JETS this week.
You Raiders. All right, let's get right into it, because now I'm gonna be rushing you. So let's get right into it. Let me see what I want to start with first. Okay, let's go games of the week. You ready?
I'm always ready, bro.
Oh, now you're getting pretty with me. Look at you.
Absolutely. I got my glasses on now because I can't read.
Look at 5-4. Who that? At the 5-4 Minnesota Vikings with Joshua Dobbs. The line is Saints -2.5 at Minneapolis. Talk to us.
It's going to be an interesting game because the Saints just came off an emotional win, a difficult win, but Minnesota's struggling as well. So it all depends on the quarterback play here, man. I mean, if Derek Carr still hasn't gotten it together in New Orleans, and the offense, and Campbell, Dan Campbell still hasn't gotten together with this offense either. There's like not too much cohesion with the New Orleans offense. As you can see, they struggle to score points. The defense is keeping them in
I
games.
had a money line. I was stressed out over the Bears. I thought the Bears was going to get them, and they found a way.
They found a way, but I'm gonna tell you this, man. Like, they got the talent to score 40 points a game. There's something going on with Olave and Carr that they're just not on the same page, because I'm seeing a lot of Olave drops every game.
I've seen a lot of Derek Carr looking upset at him in the sideline too.
Like he yelled at him a few weeks ago,
Facts.
and had to check himself and was like, "Hey, I'm sorry for yelling at you, but catch the motherfucking ball."
But on the same hand, Carr's not throwing the ball, a pretty ball out there. He got to start taking a lot of weight on himself too.
Well, I'm a Carr fan because he's once a Raider, always a Raider. But in fairness to Carr, Campbell's got to call a better game, man.
Nah, dog. I seen this motherfucker miss wide open catch, dog. Now
he's
been through no.
When did you see that? When did you see that?
Finish, man.
Every
time we talk about Derek Carr and the Raiders, you don't let me finish. You're a biased fan. Listen.
You're a biased like.
Oh, listen. My wife loves Derek Carr. He came to the church out in Vegas, bro. Nice guy, man. He's the guy you root for like Tim Tebow. But if you shit in the bed, you shit in the bed. I ain't gonna say you pee the bed if you shit at the bed.
He's one of the top quarterbacks in the league right now.
Dog.
What are you talking about?
Dog, I mean, if you throw the ball 40 times a game, you throw the ball 40 times a game, and all them dog, and all them drop offs to Kamara that's taking it for 20 yards.
They're being dropped.
Bottom line, listen, he got a touchdown drop against Jacksonville that cost me money. Yeah, but the last one was like really right there. That cost me money, bro. But what I'm looking, hold on, listen. It's not gonna be fun, and we're gonna be talking over each other. Let me talk. I'm gonna give you the mic. You know how we do it. MG, let's not change anything. We've been killing it lately. Let's keep it going. Bottom line, he got to step his game up too, bro. I agree with you with Olave. I'm not arguing about that. But he's got to step his game up. Okay, who you like in this game? Obviously the Saints, right?
Oh man, who that?
Okay, let's go to game number 2. 5-3 San Francisco 49ers coming off a bye week. At 6-2 Jacksonville Jaguars, who are one of the hottest teams in football. Now, they played a couple years ago. The Niners smashed them with Jimmy G, but it's not Jimmy G. It's Purdy now, and Jacksonville is older with Sunshine playing better football right now. I think this is going to be a really good game. This might be the game of the week, dog.
You see the sun? You see the sunshine? Sunshine. You see the sunshine?
What's your take on this game real quick? Remember, we got a certain amount of time for you, so you killing time.
You killing time. I'm trying to get into it, man. It's all good. I wore a hat just because of you, and I can't. And now I can see you now too. So it's all good. So, hey, man, I think the 49ers are going to lose 4 in a row. Sunshine's about to make it happen. Jacksonville defense is solid.
I like them.
But here's the thing. The 49ers defense is number 24 in the league. What is Chase Young going to do to that defense? This is the first game he's coming back in the scheme. How is he going to improve that pass rush? I think that it doesn't matter. I think that Jacksonville is going to roll all over him. I just think that it's going to take a little bit for the 49ers to get readjusted. I think they got the tape on Brock Purdy. He is who we thought he was. Wow. And he's an average quarterback. That's all he is.
You know Debo back, right?
Debo's coming back, but he's coming back off an injury. He's going to be limited.
Well, Williams is out, the best offensive lineman in the game. That's big.
Well, I mean,
he's still out. But getting Debo back doesn't hurt them at all with that screen pass. They missed that screen 15, 20-yard play. That hasn't been in their system the last 3-4 weeks. So now they get that back with Debo.
Hey, you know what? And the 49ers are giving up a lot of passing yards in the last 4 games.
Well, that's why they went and got Chase Young to help put pressure. Help put pressure. And remember, you got to understand, the 49ers scheme is way different than the Commanders scheme. The Commander, they had him kind of bull rushing. Now he can literally do what he wants. He can stunt. He can run outside. Because when you got Bosa and you got these other cats, you got Fred Warner in the middle, they're going to let him go. Just go. The Commanders did not let him go. He had to listen to how they wanted him to play the game. Big difference.
Well, let's look at some of the stuff you like to look at then. The Jaguars are 4-0, undefeated against teams coming in with a winning record to Jacksonville. Mm-hmm. And so they're only giving up 14.3 points a game to those teams. I think that's got to be considered. I got sunshine, man.
Okay, let's move on so we can finish up, because if we don't, we're not going to finish up. 5-3 Cleveland Browns.
I knew you were going to that game.
At 7-2 Baltimore Ravens. Action Jackson.
Shit.
Been killing cats at the crib, but this is a divisional game. I don't see no 35-3 shit. Like they blew out the Lions and they blew out the fucking Seahawks.
It's going to be a
this divisional. Myles Garrett trying to take his head off. This is going to be fun. Deshaun Watson's hopefully healthier. Talk to us.
So you can look at the spread and then the over-under. The over-under is like 38 and the spread is 6.5 for Ravens, right? That's crazy, right? So it's going to be like a 21-17 game with make the spread barely, right? So, two of the top defenses in the league going at each other.
Line is 6. My bad. I forgot to give you the line on that game.
Oh,
the Niners is 3
It was six
Ravens
and a
is
half.
6.
It
Yeah.
was 6.5 last
Or
time I
6.5.
checked.
Don't matter. It's the same thing. Yeah.
No, 6 and 6.5 or two.
No, what I'm
That's not the
saying
same
is
thing.
it's right there. It's a touchdown to beat them.
Well,
Touchdown to
six
beat
and
them.
6.5 are like really big betting lines.
It's not really big because in football
It's big for me.
it rarely ends with 5, and 6, usually 7, 4, and 3.
It's the
But I
difference.
get you. A hook is a hook. If they miss an extra point, it kills them. All right,
It's
6.5. Let's
good.
go
It's
on.
all good. The Ravens run blocking and pass blocking is going to be the key to this game. But man, I'm gonna tell you, man, the Browns are like pretty impressive on their defensive line.
It's tough,
So,
man.
but I'm not. I will never. Like there's quarterbacks in the league that I'll never bet against. There's quarterbacks in the league I used to never bet against. Michael Vick, I knew was going to do something spectacular. Lamar Jackson is somebody that's spectacular. If the game comes to him and like if he's protected enough for him to make magic happen, I got Lamar Jackson in this game. So I got the Ravens over the Browns, man.
I like everything about Lamar. He's my guy. I like Lamar Jackson. But for some reason, when he plays Cleveland at home, it's at home for some reason. They always struggle. Look at the games. I mean, you could go to covers and hit head-to-head in all the home games. He always struggles. I mean, he throws interceptions right to them. I don't know if it's a mind thing that happened. I remember one game I was struggling. I had -3. I money lined it. Won it by a field goal by Tucker Lay. I was like, wow, I was lucky to get out of that. Cleveland always gives them, and I guess because that divisional shit and they know each other that much. I'm still going to say the Ravens prevail, but they prevail ugly. It ain't going to be none of them blowout shits.
Well, it's an ugly division. It's going to be an ugly game.
All right, let's move on. You're going to like this one. 6-2 Detroit Lions. At 4-4 LA Chargers. The line is -3 for the Lions. The Chargers are coming up of late. Talk to us.
Jared Goff. The game depends on him. He's been having a great season. Arguably an MVP season, if not for C.J. Stroud.
And that last game he had.
Well, I mean,
the two last games he had a bad one in Baltimore,
but even his bad games are still kind of solid, right? So they're not that bad. He's not having really bad Jared Goff games he had at the Rams.
Right.
He's having bad games because of down and distance in the situation. So the whole game depends on the rookie running back.
Right.
Gibbs. Gibbs has a great game.
I think Montgomery's out. I think I read something. He might still be out. I might be wrong.
Yeah, he is.
But Gibbs can hold it down. Gibbs proved that Monday night.
But Chargers running defense is actually pretty solid. So they're only holding teams to less than 100 yards a game. I think it's about 89.8 yards a game that they're holding teams. So this is going to be a battle of the Titans in the trenches. But I think if it comes down to passing, I like the way Jared Goff is playing. He's playing with a lot of confidence. This is the most confidence I've ever seen Goff playing in his entire career since coming from Cal. Cal Berkeley, by the way, baby. Berkeley, Oakland, California. That's where I'm from. The city where the boys say you don't want none.
Oh, you ain't going to get to the other topic.
It's all good. Too short. But, I like Jared Goff. I like the Lions. They're going to go 7-2. And you know what? They got to defeat the damn Chargers, man. I need some help with the Raiders.
Right. I like the bye week. I like that they're going to be strong. And people fail to realize that Mike Williams is still out for the Chargers. You need a guy like that in this game. Keenan Allen is fucking remarkable. Everett is nice.
Well, they got Quentin Johnston, too.
Yeah, you don't know if Palmer's 100% also. You need Mike Williams in this game. And as far as the Lions, St. Brown should be ready to go. Williamson should be ready to go. And they just signed Peoples Jones, who took over Marvin Jones, by the way. And like you said, Gibbs shows out. It's going to make it real tough. But now they're going to be clicking on all cylinders.
And then look at the wide receiver for the Chargers, Quentin Johnston. If he has a great game, that might make up the difference with Jahmyr Gibbs. But I think Gibbs is going to control the game. If he has another 100-yard game, it's going to be Detroit it's going to be Detroit 35-30 or 34-27. It's going to be either I think no more than a touchdown.
Yeah, Dave Campbell, you seen on that Monday night against the Raiders. He switched his style of play. He's not going to have Goff have to throw the ball 40 times no more. He's going to pound the running game like he did against the Raiders. That was like a spar game for them for this game here.
The Josh McDaniel Raiders, not the Antonio
All right,
Raiders.
so it's fair to say we both like the Lions this game. Okay, last but not least, you know I got to put this team up on the bracket. 4-4 New York Football Jets at the 4-5 Las Vegas Raiders. The line is a pick 'em now. You'll take on this game. This is like kind of like an even game, though I think the Jets are better, but they don't have the better quarterback. Even though the Raiders got the backup, I like their backup better than this. Nah, Jets are stacked on both sides, dog.
How the fuck is this a pick'em game? The Raiders are about to trounce the Jets. The
And not the
Raiders
Giants, though. I'm telling you right now, if you think what happened with the Giants is going to happen?
Well, what's going to happen is, what you have is, like, you have different play calling. You have a whole different offensive scheme that's rush play calling that shifted away from the approach that Josh McDaniel was doing. Past his prologue. It elevated the offense into 30 points and 125 rushing yards in the last game. I think what you're going to see is the same thing. And also, you have an opened up defensive line with Tyree Wilson on one side, and you got Crosby on the other side. And the Raiders had 8 sacks in the last game against the Giants. I don't think the Jets are that much better than the Giants. So, this is going to be the same type of game. I think the Raiders under Antonio Pierce are a different team at a different time. And the problem with other teams that are facing him is that they don't know this Raider team because they've never faced any Raider team like this under this kind of coaching. You got a black coach, you got a black GM, and you got a black president for the first time in NFL history, and they undefeated so far. So I would go with the Raiders over the Jets, baby. It's
only
all good.
Thing I'm gonna say,
and they got the finest president in the whole damn league.
And I'm glad you bring up the Raiders.
Fine.
We could skip the Raider topic, leave that alone. Real quick, I like the energy. I like the and right now the Jets' energy sucks. After that horrible loss against the Chargers, that was horrible. And I know football is week to week. I know every week is different. I get it. Jets are going to play way better than they played against the Chargers. I get it. But I think right now, Antonio Pierce and them, they flying high right now.
You remember
hold on, let me finish, though. I sit back and I let you finish. Let me finish. I think they're going to be ready again, the Raiders. I think this is another very winnable game. And if they think in playoffs, you got to win now and go 5-5. You cannot lose this game if you're the Vegas Raiders.
Well, you remember what we talked about last week? I talked to you about we talked about coaches being able to talk to men and motivate men.
Yeah.
Now, being realistic, I have them going 4-3 the rest of the season.
Okay.
Right? They're gonna get one against the Chiefs. They got 2. Raiders always get one. They're gonna get the Colts, they're gonna get the Chargers, and they're gonna get KC for 1. Then they're gonna lose 3. That puts them at 9-8. Does 9-8 get them in the playoffs? I don't know. But 9-8 gets Antonio in the AFC. 9-8 can get you into the wild card. They can.
There's a lot of good teams over there, man.
Man, everybody's.
It's possible. It's possible.
Raiders are going at best 9-8. But what my point is that Antonio Pierce is changing the culture of the Raiders and the expectation of Raider fans that we should expect what the output was on Sunday. We should expect that on this Sunday. That part is not going to change. Whether they get beat or not in the game of football is just what happens in the game. But Antonio Pierce is setting a culture that you should expect the Raiders to go out and want to win a game week in and week out. And I think that that's something that's been different for Raider fans that we're not accustomed to. We're like, damn, was those the Raiders? Like, they scored 30 points, over 30 points for the first time in 2 seasons last weekend.
My man, I'm gonna tell you what I tell my man all the time. I don't go off small samples. I don't watch a guy hit 3 home runs in one game and say he's going to hit 100 home runs, although his ratio claims yes. I need to see a bigger sample. Now, what I can't say before we hang it up, because we got to hang it up, what I can say is that I'm happy for the Raiders because, I cover the Raiders once a month. I'm going to feel better covering them because, damn, they was a shit show a little while ago. I love the energy that Antonio Pierce is installing in these men that have been lacking it, fucking with Josh McDaniels' bitch ass. All right?
It's
Close
not,
it up. This is it. It's got to be 1 minute
well,
because I'm behind schedule.
I'll keep it 1 minute, but it's not just energy. It's approach to the game. If you look at the way the game was called, both on the offensive and defensive end, it was tight. It was concise. The players knew what they were doing. Hunter Renfrow was involved in the game for the first time this season. So it's not
Love
just
that.
it's
Love
not
that.
just it's not just that they were playing the Giants. The scheme had changed, and it's only the first week. So they're building, and Antonio Pierce was a player, and he's a losing player and a Super Bowl winning player. Champions win championships. Once a champion, always a champion. You bring that mentality to a team. You bring that scheme and the development of what it takes to win championships to a team and how it goes. Just the fact that he brought the practice squad players on the field instead of in the suites, that is a different tone that he's setting with that team. So this is not just they played the Giants and they won. There's a whole new culture that's happening. And I understand what you're saying about, hey, it's just 1 week. But football is about 1 week. It's not about 5
week to week.
It's about 1 week.
No, it's week to week.
1 week. And it's like not even a 1 week. It's a game of inches.
Yeah, listen, let me close it up for you.
For sure.
X out after this. I wish I had another hour with you. I could do this for a whole other hour. Unfortunately,
we're gonna have to do that. I'm
gonna work on that.
I'm gonna work on that. Hour.
What happens is that I can't download my shit once it's over a certain amount of time. Real quick,
we're gonna do an hour.
One thing you forgot. Antonio Pierce is straight out of Compton, baby. You can't forget that. And with let's hang up. Like I said, if you keep talking, I'm gonna be another 10 minutes because I'm loving it.
Well, let me say one last thing.
It hurts me because you're gonna be. I'm late already. 3 minutes. I'm already late. I gotta get my free picks. I'm already late 3 minutes.
When you go from Air Supply to NWA straight out of Compton in your warm-ups, you a different team.
MG Raider, pleasure as always. Hopefully your peoples are still loving it, and we tell them we gonna get them work every week, my brother.
Let's go. Arizona State football. Let's go. Xavier Guillory. Love you, man. Heal up, get well, come back better. Bigger, stronger, better. Peace out.
Okay. MG Raider, last one to go on, and X-Man was the first one. Let me go to the free picks real quick, then we got to do a spinoff. B-Rabbit went 2-1 in his first week last week. He likes the Lions -3 over the Chargers, the Lions. He likes the 49ers -3 over the Jacksonville Jaguars. And last but not least, he likes the Buffalo Bills -7 versus the Denver Broncos. Let me go to Noah Parker, who does all college. He loves Penn State +5 versus Michigan. Doesn't mean that Michigan's going to lose the game, but he thinks it's going to be a really close game, and he thinks Penn State can cover the 5. Game number 2, he likes Ole Miss +10.5, playing the Georgia Bulldogs, the champion Georgia Bulldogs. He likes Ole Miss, Kiffin and company. And last but not least, he likes the Utah Utes +9 versus the Washington Huskies. Those are history plays. Now, Al York's going to give you his. I like the Pittsburgh Steelers, bottom a half a point, 2.5. You could probably spend like $125, $1.30 for it. I think they at least beat the Packers by a field goal. I like the Steelers in this situation. Believe it or not, I hate saying it. This is crazy for me to say this, but I think the Dallas Cowboys blow out the G-Man again. You got Danny DeVito. It's a joke. Danny DeVito, quarterbacking for the Giants. I'm going to say I know the Cowboys, after a loss, this is when they usually steam it up. If I'm wrong, I'll eat it. But I'm telling you, I know my team. They're going to steamboat the Giants. They'll probably cover that spread in the first half. And I think the Cowboys cover the -16, 16.5. You will never, ever see you give me a game like this. For like maybe 2 years, I won't give you a point spread like this. But I know my Cowboys, and I'm a live and die with what I know. And last but not least, I got a money line. Matter of fact, I'm lying. Teaser, money line, whatever you want to call it. Okay, 6-point teaser. I like bringing Seattle just to win versus the Commanders. And I like bringing the Buffalo Bills to -1 versus Denver Broncos. That's going to be a good game. For some reason, I think the Denver Broncos are going to show up Monday night and give Buffalo everything they can handle. I don't know. I feel it, but I think Buffalo prevails, especially after a loss. Okay, let's go to the spin-off. Let the best person win. Running a little behind schedule, but I'm trying to move as quickly as I could. Give me a minute, guys. Call the wrong number one time. I can't do that no more. Okay, 21 through 40. Let me bring this back. Let the best person win. Sinbad probably got about, I think, 5 wins by now, maybe 6. Trying to rush, y'all. I want y'all to see everything so you know ain't no fluky shit. I don't do that fluky shit. I got integrity. Y'all that know what integrity means? Look it up if you don't know what it means. I just want to do it fair. I don't care. Real quick, X-Man came in, handled that NBA for me, free agency. I'm just so glad I could count on my dogs. I had a lot of people on the show, but unfortunately, people move on. It happens. It's life. I don't expect everybody to ride or die all the way to death. It just, people move on. But right now I got these cats. I got them right where I want them. And every time I bring somebody new, you got to go through the learning shit. You got to kind of like tell them what it is. And, and they coming in with knowledge because everybody I bring in here got knowledge. But I gotta have them on the Al York shit. You know what I mean? Where we sounding alike, we feeling alike, but they being themselves. That's the key. Kind of like Wu-Tang. Wu-Tang all got their own style, you know what I mean? But they Wu-Tang. You know what I'm saying? That's how I want to want it with my shit. Everybody got their own style, but it's Al York. But with that, thank you, X, bringing us update. Mark Guillory, sharp. Games of the week. He's getting sharper with the sides. He got that Raider shit. I didn't even have to bring the Raider talk. Like, he just made it a Raider talk. You know what I'm saying? And, the free picks, make sure you capitalize on the free picks. Like I said, if you like it, you use them as a tool. If you don't like them, leave them alone. I want to thank you guys for another week. Thank you guys for believing in me to do what I do. And if you didn't believe in me, I don't give a fuck because I know I'm nice in what I do. I've been doing this too long. I keep telling you that. Whenever you master something and you've been doing it too, it's like my mom's. You think my mom's gave a fuck who didn't like her food? She had a million motherfuckers that like her food. She used to cook for nursery homes. You think she give a fuck if one person said, oh, I don't like your food? There's too many people lined up that like her shit for her to worry about that. And that's how I feel. I be cooking with this shit. And I'm not talking shit. I told you, I don't cap. I don't cap. And if anybody disagrees with me, let's sit down. I got some bread. Let's put bread and let's map it out. Let's do it like boxers do it. Or like battle rappers do it. I don't give a fuck. Tell me the time and place, and I'll be there 2 hours before you. I promise you that. And with that, Al York Sports, the raw truth, wins and losses, no drinking and driving. Be safe. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your college football tomorrow, your college football, your NFL on Sunday. And salute to all the soldiers. Raul, my boy D. Gill, my man Husto, everybody that represented, that I grew up with. God bless y'all, and we appreciate you guys, man. Salute, man. That's how I'm going to end it. Salute.